Today I want to talk about 4 tips that you can use for setting big goals. Now, I'm a big fan of analogies, and one of my favorite analogies that I like to use for setting big goals is actually going on a big trip. Let's say you decide to go on this trip to the Bahamas or to Costa Rica. The first question that I want you to ask yourself when setting a big goal or you're going on this trip is, why do you want to do it? Do you want to do it because other people are going there? Because everybody's traveling to Costa Rica? Or do you want to do it because there's something about this journey that you want to do and that you want to learn? That is really important, especially in climbing. Do you want to reach the next grade because everybody else is doing that? Do you want to do a certain number of pull-ups because everybody else is doing it? Or what is the value in that goal for you? I really encourage you to think about it. Why is it that you want to reach that goal? The second one is make a plan. If you decide you have this goal, let's say you travel to Costa Rica, or you want to climb this specific climb next year, I encourage you to make a plan. Before you set out to travel to any new place, it's really helpful to know when you are going where, which flights to catch, which trains to catch, what's the hotel you're staying in. And for setting big goals, especially in climbing, it's very similar. Let's say you want to climb a certain grade next year, or you want to set a certain boulder problem. Dissect your journey, how you want to get there, dissect it down, and then make a plan for how you're going to get there. And I encourage you to make that plan more specific than just saying, I'm going to go to the gym. Make sure you know what you're doing during that journey as part of your plan, and also know why you're doing that. My third tip is don't travel alone. If you've ever traveled alone, you know there's benefits to traveling alone. But when we embark on this journey, let's say you set this big goal for yourself. That means this journey could be quite long, and it could also mean that this journey might be quite challenging at times. It can be so helpful to travel with other people who are encouraging you along the way, but also who will help you along the way. Don't be too shy to ask for help. It can be so beneficial, and there's lots of people out there who would love to help. And number 4, and the last one of the most important ones for me is it is okay to change directions. Let's say you decide to travel to Costa Rica, but halfway there, or like halfway during your plans, you decide you want to go somewhere else. That is totally fine. That is true for your goals too. Super important. Sometimes I can see how people are afraid of setting big goals because they think, well, what if I don't reach this goal? What are other people going to think of me if I don't reach this goal? Or what if I don't want to do it anymore? You know, people are going to think I'm a quitter, or people are going to think I'm not strong enough. It is totally okay, and sometimes really important, to change your mind, to change the direction that you're going. That doesn't mean anything about you as a person. In fact, what that means is that you are someone who learns, because you might have thought that Costa Rica is this great place until you learn more about Costa Rica, and then you realize, well, that's actually not the place that you want to go to. So sometimes changing directions is also just a synonym for learning in life and learning something about yourself. So you might set that goal to climb a certain boulder next year, and then as you're preparing for that, you find this other boulder that gets you more excited. You should absolutely change direction and, choose a new goal anytime you want to. Definitely don't let that prevent you from setting big goals, because it is totally okay to change directions anytime.